Hola Madridistas, welcome back to another episode of Let's Be Real podcast. Should I say some things that would get me cancelled? I shouldn't because I'm overflowing with happiness, with joy, with intangible emotions that I
Overflowing
would
from
like
where?
to convert.
Flowing from where?
Huh?
You're overflowing
Flowing
from where?
from my heart, from my soul.
Okay.
Jacob, you can keep your illicit, your immoral thoughts out of the table. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I would like to convert the intangible emotions to tangible ones. With the help of my fellow co-hosts, we have a debut. It's not a debut, but it's a first post-match debut. Let's just say for Sid. I would like to introduce Sid first, back after maybe a couple of months probably. But how's it been going, Sid? First Clasico with us. Want to remember?
That's the only thing I can do.
¿Cómo no te ve querer? ¿Cómo no te ve querer?
Si fui campeón de Europa
Otra vez.
Fucking
¡Vamos!
Bellingham, man. What a feeling, man. I'm just happy. I watched it in a bar with a lot of Barcelona fans in Madrid. And they were very nasty towards Vinny and Rodrigo. And
Understandable.
I wanted to piss them off, but I think Jude Bellingham was like, Sid, I don't want you to take the responsibility. I'll do that.
That's the way. That's the way.
Oh, it's great. What a feeling, man. 2 goals in a Clasico. What more do you need? I was just
Especially in a game where we felt like we were going nowhere. Remember, the first half, it was hopeless, right?
I think post Kamavinga is when we changed. I think I remember a friend of mine, he's telling me, I don't even remember if Real Madrid have had a shot on target. And I had to tell him, no, Toni Kroos did, try to pass the ball to his German teammate, Ter Stegen. But I don't know if that counts. He was a Barcelona fan. He was laughing at my answer. I was laughing at him after the game. So.
I know. Revenge is served cold. Served best cold. But yeah, that attempt from Kroos, to be honest, the ball was actually a bit wobbly. It wasn't the perfect service to him. But yeah, Kroos, he did his best. But yeah, man, like you said, it's an amazing feeling. Nothing can quite match up to this kind of emotion. Especially in a Clasico, especially the first Clasico, where we need to set the tempo, stamp our authority, make a statement. Farouk, bro, how's it been going? First Clasico of the season, big 3 points. We call out for a hero. What hero turned up?
Exactly, man. I mean, forget about the big points. Forget about 3 points, man. I feel like at this stage of the season, it's inconsequential. I was just, saying to the boys before we went live, I think that's the best goal we've had in 2 years, man. Since the Champions League, I can't remember any moment that tops that, at least for me, that's the goal that, was the most exciting for me, I think, since I can't remember when, man. Because that season, basically, there was nothing like this. Okay, Benzema scored the hat-trick, in the Clasico as well, but man, come on, that goal, at that time, considering that at 60 minutes we were there and buried, no chance created, as you guys pointed, we were having just long range shots from here and there, trying to create something out of nothing. I think that goal was the peak of excitement, honestly.
Again, I'm gonna put you on the spot, Farouk. Remember, right? See, this is not me bigging up myself, but I'm just giving myself my 2 cents that I deserve, right? When we sat here, right, last summer, 2022 summer, when Chouameni was coming in and there was rumors surfacing about Jude, I did tell you guys that this guy's finishing tells me something different. We have Fede, right, who can finish, who is kind of a capable goal scorer for midfield. But I did tell you, and so many of you guys laughed at me, it might be probably because of his numbers. His numbers in the Bundesliga, his numbers with the national team isn't exactly out of this world. It was pretty ordinary for a midfielder, especially a deep-lying midfielder like Jude. At times, he played as part of the pivot and whatnot. But I genuinely didn't look to hype him up, because I don't get anything. You guys know my hatred towards English sides and the whole English mentality, their football culture. Yes, it's great, but when it's being rubbed in our faces for entirety of our lives, it isn't pleasing. So I never really had held Jude or all those bright young talents from England in high regard myself. I was only trying to put out my impression that this guy is gonna add to goals big time. But both you and me, Farouk, we never expected him to rise to these levels.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. That, as you rightly pointed out, the thing is that when it comes to the goal scoring front, honestly, like statistic tells us that Jude is an unknown quantity. I think he had 12 goals in all competition last season, around 40 appearances or something like that. You understand? So that's the thing. Like when we had this discussion, it was about when Benzema left and the club decided they're not going to bring in any other striker than Joselu, and you're going to play Jude at the as the foremost player on the pitch. So the question always was that, what's going to happen? How can he score the goals? He's someone who's never scored more than 12, 13 goals, in the whole season. Like, how is he going to give that goals? And you rightly pointed that out, to which I countered. The point is that we have Fede who scored 10 league goals last year. So, like, why aren't you giving that claim to him? But the thing I'm just going to say here is that, Jude right now, at least on the goal scoring front, he's, superseding all expectations. Can he continue doing this? I don't know. You understand? That's just the thing, Bob.
That's the $1 million question. But I would like to stress this point out, right? To all of you guys, I'm going to speak to all of you guys and also the people listening in, right? When he struck the ball, like, I want you guys to answer honestly, like all 5 of you guys, 4 of you guys, whatever the fuck I can't count. But you got to be honest with me. When that ball was struck, inside me, I felt like it was going to be a goal. How many of you felt the same is my question. Nobody had any belief that's gonna end up at the back of the net.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I can't see them. Okay, can you just?
No, man. The moment he struck it, I knew that was like top bin. Like, I don't know. That's just the feeling I had.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was one kind of a goal that he had not scored yet. When like a long ranger, people were thinking, oh, he's box player, he can finish. He's changing his
just
game.
Getting lucky, right? All those fucking retards, claiming that he's just getting lucky with, getting on the end of last ditch attempts at goal. Like, now you saw the class. I'll be honest, the moment he struck it, I believed it was going in. It was either going in or, Ter Stegen, comes up with something extraordinary. But he did almost managed to save it, but the shot was too good. The velocity at which it traveled was insane for it to be stopped. And big up Jude, man. I have no words left to describe this man's. Like, I've run out of adjectives to actually put this guy into perspective. Javier, I would like your help, man. You watched Dortmund. You still have a soft spot for Dortmund, right? You used to actually tell us like how good this guy was over the past couple of years. But Javier, talk to us. Like, what really makes Jude stand out this much? How does he manage to actually take so much responsibility on his shoulders on a side? Like, he knew we are going to struggle before coming in, that Karim Benzema is leaving. He knew that before he came in. Knowing that before you come in and actually seeing that unfold in front of you in the middle of the pitch is a completely different proposition. You have to react to that. You have to stand up to that. You have to be tall. You have to actually make your teammates feel like, I belong here. I'm not inferior to you guys. I may be 20. I may not have the experience of a Dani Carvajal or a Luka Modric, the longevity of these guys, but I have enough in my gas tank to actually be the talisman of this side. We all were actually bigging up Vinny. He picked up the injury. It hasn't been exactly smooth sailing for him this season. I would give him his leeway. But we all frankly anticipated Vinny to be the main guy. I can't fucking believe that 2 months on, a midfielder who came in to actually create stuff is here winning us games and winning us Clásicos.
I mean, for me, it's a lot of combinations, First of all, it's a natural leader. He's
100%.
inspires everyone by his work committed. He's first and foremost a midfielder. You know, I like you said, he used to play a lot of with Emre Can in Dortmund, but it's not the same when you have to defend with Emre Can, that I hate, and against Tchouaméni or even Camavinga. The creative that provides with Toni Kroos. I mean, the improvement of Toni Kroos is somehow correlated with his no need to recover the balls, because we have Tchouaméni and we have Jude as well, and even Fede. So Toni Kroos is free to open spaces. So, like I said in my last post match, I mean, Jude understands the game very well, very good from his young age, and now he's developed into a more creative midfielder. He used to play a lot of like this in some games at Dortmund, especially when we're down. You know, when Dortmund went down, you just saw what this kind of Jude, this mentality. If you guys remember, when he scores the first goal, he knew that we are playing bad.
Yeah.
Not easy
Yeah.
way to say it.
Yeah.
Obviously,
You could just make it out from his expression, his
he
facial
was mad.
expression.
He
Yeah.
was mad. So he didn't celebrate. He scored I think, his best goal at Real Madrid for sure, and probably his best goal, or even the more important goal in his career. And now he's style like, okay, if you, I don't know what could happen, no, but if you saw the game and he starts to celebrate, he will seem like, a tie in Barca is great. It's a great result. After that 60 minutes, it will be, I will for sure close the game at that point. But he didn't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
his mentality pushed the team forward. And like I said, he was the youngest captain at Dortmund. He's not last season was a contender for the title until the last game when he didn't play. So he's special. Like Bini said, he's born to play for Real Madrid. He's a born leader. He's a great playmaker. But also, and I finished my first segment here. I think in the first half, in the first 60 to 70 minutes, he was hands tied with Gavi and Fermin.
Yeah.
But those two
Gavi was actually being on top. Like, in my opinion,
Gavi was
yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
But
He completely nullified Jude.
Their tank last 60, 70 minutes against Jude Bellingham. The Jude Bellingham tank has a little extra, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's the same regard as Fede, you know? Fede in the last 20 minutes, because the first 60, 70 minutes was a shadow of himself. But the last 15, 20 minutes, those two guys with the physical dominance provides a little extra, you know? I think this game was just like that. These few extras that some key players give.
100%. I couldn't agree more because, Fede and Jude, like those are like really great points. Like how their durability really helps us, deep into games is really remarkable. And today was a very good example of how these guys help us to push the envelope. But Jacob, I think we have pretty much said everything about Jude, but I would like your 2 cents and a couple of superlatives from you.
Just a couple? Come on. I don't have...
Just a couple would do.
Yeah. Love his mentality. He never stopped trying till the end. Just like Vinny. And we're just so lucky to have him at this moment. I just hope this moment never, we just don't lose this. But reality is like we will have to come down eventually from all of this drugs.
Man actually said we have to come down from all these drugs. So you're completely in belief this is temporary, yeah? This high.
Yeah, I mean a goal every single game. It's of course. Maybe a goal every other game. I think it's still realistic for Jude.
Well, that's basically him tearing up the script, him tearing up standards, him tearing up stereotypes, right? Beginning of the season, people were like, "Oh, it'll be so great if he gets 10 goals, man." Then it became 15, right? Nobody even budged when they actually changed the requirements all of a sudden, right? It's almost like EA fucking pushing out FIFA updates. Nobody knows what's being nerfed or buffed, but people left, right, and center, 10 goals, 15 goals, now it's 20, and now they don't have a choice but to say, you know what, he's not going to keep it up. But we are seeing here, right in front of our eyes, every single fucking week, this man, even when he has a bad day, right? We saw it against, who was the Braga. He didn't really have a good game. Even Sevilla, he didn't really have a good game. But it's the mark of great players. When things are going against you, you still stand out. You still put your neck on the line. You still basically battle until your last fucking breath for your side. That's all great traits of an all-time great. I'm telling you, it's not even a joke at this point. If Jude keeps this up, I know things can go wrong. Injuries, distractions. Like all you need is a slightly nutty girlfriend, like what Militao had to go through, to derail your entire fucking career. But Jude, his mom, the way I see it, man, this guy is going to be talked about in the same level as some of the greats to have played in midfield. Let's talk a bit about the game, but before we do that, let's just read a few of the comments. Iraqi Taim is in the chat. He was saying, "What an amazing comeback from Jude." He didn't really go anywhere to come back, bro. But I get your point. He souls the entire Barca team. He silenced, I guess.
He soloed the entire Barca team.
Oh, right. Soloed. Okay. That makes a bit more sense. 100%. Yeah, man. Like you could see, I actually saw the camera panning onto Xavi, and even he looked helpless. Right? He's like, "What can I do?" I wasn't as great as this guy. Simple as. That's what he felt. From his face, I could make out that himself felt a bit inferior with, alongside Jude's BBC. I'm gonna just keep it at that. Law was saying Bellingham is the best signing we have made since Cristiano. Facts. Nobody's gonna argue with that. Maybe Gareth Bale for the contributions.
Tony Kroos.
Definitely
Kroos.
100%.
Tony
German
Kroos.
sniper.
Wait,
100%.
did we
Kroos is
sign
the best. Pound
Vinicius
for
out
pound.
of Cristiano?
Yeah.
No, we signed Vinicius before Cristiano, man.
I think Jacob is trying to say after Cristiano left, not
After Cristiano left. Okay.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, maybe that's what.
But yeah, both are.
Thibaut Courtois.
Courtois, yeah.
Farouk is so fucking quick to cook his rice and beans all ready. The pan is on the stove, the gas is turned on, it is ready to flip.
No. My bad, Jacob.
Poor Jacob, man.
I'm saving my bro. Don't worry, Jacob. I got you.
Right.
But come on, man. You can't fault us when, we're all high on the Bellingham drug right now. We need to come down, as Jacob said, when we come down.
100%. I'm not coming down anytime soon. This whole weekend.
Man,
Guys.
if you come down after a Clasico victory where he has given a performance within a day or an hour, you have taken a wrong drug then.
Yeah. There you go.
I think the best signing after Cristiano is probably at this moment Thibaut. But if you ask me, I think the best signing in the history of the football, 100 million euros, dollars, whatever, plus, I think it's Jude, because if you guys remember, a lot of the signings with the 100 million are doomed.
Oh, yeah, man.
Most of them fail.
Black magic. Drugs. Oh, he's talking about drugs. He has actually taken drugs. So.
Yeah. Hey, relax, man. Pogba is a good guy. He probably mistook his cough syrup, but yeah.
No,
We would
I
we
would-
would just keep it at that. Go on,
his
go on.
brother was actually playing in India at ATK Mohan Bagan, and the
Oh,
media
yeah, I know
manager
that.
of that, the media manager of that football club is one of my best friends. And if I ever tell you what Florentino Pogba has been doing in a city called Kolkata in India, that's a 10-hour podcast.
Is that bad? Yeah.
Yeah. He was, man, how bad can you be that you were fired by ATK Mohan Bagan? He still came back for pre-season so that he could convince them, that let me be a part of the team, and the owner sent him back. So,
Wow.
and then
That's
he asked,
insane.
and then he asked for the flight money. And I was like, okay, your elder brother has a lot of, man, India to like Paris would be
Yeah.
like 500 euros.
Bro,
So that-
he's getting some deductions in his paycheck as well, right? Even while being suspended from Juve. That's what I read. So
He's getting paid the minimum wage actually, which is 2,000
Yeah.
euros a month.
yeah. So there you go. That'll be still more than what we earn, but it's another story. But still, again, that just goes to show you just need your brain to be wired right in this sort of an atmosphere, and that's why I believe whoever we recruit, one, we don't recruit bullshitters. We don't recruit people who aren't up for the job. Two, even if you're slightly iffy, slightly off the rails, we have enough in our institutional structure to pull you right back in, keep you on the right track. And I think that's the biggest trait of a household name in football, and that's who we are. Fortunately for us. Ricardo was saying, Camavinga literally played like two players molded in one. Modric just lacks stamina, but his desire and class is still there. Jude is him.
Man.
Simple as that. Go on, sir.
What a crazy assist by Luka Modric also. Nobody's talking about that.
We were actually planning to get to that, but yeah. Go on.
No, I just had this question. I don't know if I was talking to fans last week when I was at the Bernabeu, and
Right.
like a lot of people are not giving Carlo Ancelotti the credit for Jude Bellingham, because this is a setup which Ancelotti has used before at AC Milan, where a number 10 between two forwards was dominating, getting goal after goal. The only difference is we have two out-and-out wingers in Vinny and Rodrigo. Okay, Rodrigo can play multiple positions, but I don't see Vinny as like a center forward. He's an inside left winger forward.
Right, absolutely.
And Ancelotti had that potential to think that, Jude Bellingham has that goal-scoring prowess in him. The question is he ready to take that responsibility and deliver or not? It takes a lot of courage for a coach to trust a 20-year-old, 100 million player at such a big club. Even we have had 300 million signings, like Ronaldo, 94. Gareth Bale was 100. Eden Hazard was 100. Gareth Bale was also not given responsibility when he came in. Ronaldo was still the main man. Ronaldo was not given the responsibility. It was Raul and Higuain who were main forwards. If you remember 2009-10, and Eden Hazard is a different story altogether. Like if he played, probably would have seen. I think till the PSG game he was great. With PSG injury kind of had a different story, but like Carlo Ancelotti knows the structure where a diamond number 10 is going to distribute, score, and create. But people, it's sometimes coaches who can think of, players can shift their roles so that they can change, their performance. Like Pep has done it with Rodri, John Stones, João Cancelo from a left back to an inverted pivot. Like a lot of people give credit to coaches from the Barcelona school of thought for these kind of things. People will never give credit to Carlo Ancelotti to have that ability to make this decision.
100%. Like you were just spitting straight facts, man. Like even our own fans, right? There are some black eggs among us as well, right? Who really doesn't appreciate what Carlo brings to the table.
He's been laughing for the past 20 seconds,
Yeah, I saw.
Is he?
I was like,
Okay,
both of
okay. I can't see him. I can only see the speaker.
enjoying
My microphone is mute.
He's enjoying himself.
Man, today is the perfect day, man. Honestly, today is the perfect day. Come on. Did you guys hear yourself? Come on.
Hey,
But he's
hey.
the same guy who's won the Champions League 4 times, man. Like, you don't win it like just by like obviously like, he has
Freestyling,
trophies.
yeah, by just freestyling. Farouk accuses him of freestyling too much, but Farouk also credits him for his Champions League pedigree. Farouk always reminds us, like he's gonna get the job done, he's gonna win you a big trophy, but isn't exactly the guy to play attractive football, nourish your young talents and whatnot. Go on, Farouk.
Okay, let me give you my 2 cents on this. The thing is this, Sid rightly pointed about the fact that, okay, like AC Milan and stuff like that. Bro, that Milan team were the best thing that most likely we've ever seen until we came to see Barcelona's Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, and then the BBC with Zidane and, Ancelotti before that. Like that, those were like really, really, really stacked team. Bro, can you put your hand to your chest and look at what we are right now and the way we are playing and actually see that this is a team that excites you? I don't think so, man. We're just relying on individual quality day, week in, week out. Even in this game today, we had to rely on a shot that if Bellingham has to take 100 times, he scores just
I hate
one.
this man.
I mean,
I hate this man.
I don't
Why
want
are you
to go
hating
to
on
the party
this? Like
today. Like
this?
for me, it's the first time. Okay, maybe not the first time, but it's maybe the second or third time this season that I was actually excited. I was saying earlier, like this is the best goal I use, like excitement wise.
This is the moment,
for
yeah.
a year and a half. Like let's not go there and start talking about the lack of credit to. Come on, they might just play a 4-4-2 formation with the diamond of Jude in the midfield. Vinicius, who was the best winger in the world right now, looks like a man who doesn't even know how to play football anymore. Rodrigo is there doing something that we don't know.
But it's the same Vinicius who Zidane discarded and he scored a final in the Champions League final under Carlo
But
Ancelotti.
we're talking about now with the diamond, not last year. Not 2 years back.
But okay, if you have that point, but look at the forwards we have. Do you expect Joselu to replace Benzema? Sometimes
You saw Joselu actually having to give himself CPR to swivel and take a touch. Just look at that. That's just explains everything to you.
Look at the options he has. He has if he has a center forward, he would not play Vinicius or Rodrigo there. Like obviously Joselu is he's
I'm not
scoring,
sure.
but
At this moment, I'm not sure. I think, sorry, Jit, but the fact that is Farouk always said that Ancelotti didn't have any tactics, but he does. He changed his 4-2-3 for a diamond formation, and that diamond formation, it's only because Jude Bellingham at this moment is the best player. He changed the way that Vini and Rodrigo plays because those two are the ones that have been suffering for this formation. But Ancelotti said, I don't care, Vini. I don't care, Rodrigo. At this moment, Jude is better than you, guys. If anything changed, might change again for a 4-3 or whatever you name it. The fact is, he understands that the momentum of the players better than anyone in the world. I think so. The tactics, for me, I agree with Farouk. It's not exciting at some points, but for me, we don't have to enjoy a game against Barcelona. We have to win it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
We will have games to enjoy ourselves,
Yeah.
against lower teams, against some
Braga at home next week.
Copa.
Farouk, fingers crossed.
But we need
Okay, Javier, sorry for interrupting you. Can you please count me the matches? I asked you this earlier as well. Can you count me the matches that you enjoyed this season? Forget Barcelona,
this
forget
guy.
Napoli.
Oh, this guy, man.
I enjoyed the Napoli game.
Forget Napoli, forget Girona. Tell me the games you enjoyed this season, where it actually worked.
in 10 matches you've cancelled 2 goals.
No, I have
2
to
matches.
discard 2 out of 10.
That's the thing, it's 2 in 11, bro, or is it 2 in 12? Basically,
he's
that's
won
nothing.
But he's
I've
won
enjoyed
all
the
the
game
trophies
against
there is
Real
in the
as
last
well.
2 years.
Okay, so let me just get this straight. I totally agree with Sid that, okay, he's doing the best with what he has, right? But when you say give credit, man, they shifted John Stones to the midfield to win the fucking treble, man. And by playing very good football, this is what you credit for. The way Arteta plays with Zinchenko, okay, yeah, obviously Arteta is not a coach in the level of Carlo Ancelotti, never will be. Pep, in my opinion, also is not at that level. Like the pedigree that Ancelotti has accumulated over time still keep him there, in my opinion, as after Sir Alex, the best coach that coach in club football. You understand? But what I'm saying is that at this point in time, like him putting Bellingham there is not bringing the best out of the team as a whole. So when you're not bringing the best out of the team as a whole, and Jude is basically playing ISO ball, hero ball, then like what credit do you want? It's basically relying on the individual quality of Jude Bellingham for anything to happen.
Well,
But-
not quite, because like I said earlier, yeah, the best player at this moment is Jude, but at the start of the season, anyone in the world, at any team, said Real Madrid had the best midfield by a landslide, you know, and I start talking about Toni Kroos and Fede as well, but now we see a lot of improvement from Tchouaméni. So if Carleto understands the game as well as he does, he understands that, okay, I have the best midfield in the world. I will put the best midfielders in the best places for everyone. So, I mean, it's not only Jude, you know?
Yeah,
We're seeing the best version of Toni Kroos in years. We're seeing the best Tchouaméni since he arrived.
Hey.
We're starting to... Fede's lacking of goals, it didn't matter because he's playing completely like in his position, you know? I mean, the only guys that really, really kind of struggling are Rodrigo. Rodrigo is struggling by himself. The lack of confidence with the goal is clear. And Vini, it's somehow hit or miss in a few games, you know?
Yeah.
Vini's
Some
already-
games he works really well.
But
Today he was
I-
focused against Araujo to be in a war against Araujo. He's that's the only reason Xavi put him. And once again, Vini ate the debate, you know. So
I like to like add 2 points. You know, when you say like John Stones coming into it for a treble, but that is what Ancelotti did with Vinicius and Fede Valverde to win the Champions League and the La Liga when he came back.
Yeah.
And
Fede was a
you're saying-
midfielder playing
Yeah,
as
he
winger.
became a right. And this season, okay, not the best thing is happening, you're saying. But Real Madrid are top of La Liga and top of the Champions League, like group stage. Like till now, he has been delivering results. It's a result-oriented business. As much
100%.
like I would love to see attractive football also. But
Yeah.
I don't think Real Madrid have ever been known for playing attractive football under that one
Bro,
year under
this is
Zidane.
this
Simple as-
thing I would
Bro, like,
disagree with.
okay, can I add something?
We are known for.
Farooq, before you say it,
Go on,
I
go
just
on.
want to add.
Go on, Jack.
I don't think it's just about like the entertaining football that Farooq was saying. It's the fact that in the last 13 games that we played, in 10 of those games, we haven't looked like we're winning. It took like a very lucky moment or a moment of individual brilliance, mostly from Jude, to win those games. That's the thing.
But
that I'm
let
having
me
issue
let
with.
me ask you this question, Jacob. Yeah, for that individual brilliance to actually unfold, you have to put in a system, a platform in which it can thrive.
What system and
Bro, it's called individual quality, man. This
Yeah.
is
No,
the
that
term.
is called
Individual
Jude Bellingham and
quality.
Inshallah.
Exactly.
That's my caption, literally. But we have to give Carlo the credit, right? Firstly, to implementing a system completely against what we've been playing for the past 3-4 years, and also, hear me out. Also, getting all the players on board. Touchline hugging winger like Winnie, for him to buy out of his greatest strength in his arsenal to actually play as part of its front two, man, we have to give him his flowers, at least for tonight, for today.
But that's the thing to me. Like, we don't have any personality in this team that is bigger than Carlo. Carlo is basically larger than life for these guys. Vini owes everything he is, as Sid said, to Carlo unleashing him. Rodrigo, similarly. Jude is gonna come from Dortmund and be like, "Yo, I'm bigger than you, Carlo, the man who's won."
No, it's not like that, man. Like,
There is
like
no,
bro, there won't be-
into Carlo's philosophy.
Farouk, let's be honest. There won't be any mutiny, right? Like what happened with Ole and United, or I don't know, any other examples, like Jose Mourinho in the second spell. Like, there's not going to be any revolt, right? Like, it's understood. But players can sulk mid-game. They can look disinterested. They can be like, oh, you know what? Like, I bought into the system, but when I'm seeing my teammates, they are not in sync. They are out of position. People don't know who to pass to, who to pick out. So why should I be bothered? That could be the body language of so many of the main, our frontline players, but it's not the case. So you have to give some credit to Carlo. But yeah, go on, Sid, go on.
Oh no, I was about to say that I am about to leave in like 2-3 minutes. Sorry.
Right.
Uh,
Okay. Fair enough. It's all good. Jacob has it under control. So where were we? We have a few. We have a super chat from Henry Frank. Big up, Henry. He was saying, "Great show, guys. Thank you so much, Henry or Henri. World class Jude Bellingham today. Perfectly put. World class is the right tag for him. The first couple of months, I wasn't quite so sure, despite the performances, despite encouraging signs. But now, boy oh boy, I'm not gonna scream it from my rooftops yet. But if this goes on till May, Farouk, I'm gonna come down to fucking Turkey and kebab you out, right? But
You're
Farouk,
highly welcome. You're highly welcome.
for people listening in, yeah, I'm 5'8". Farouk is 6'3". So yeah, but probably we can do something for charity. Yeah, Farouk, some sort of a boxing match or something.
Exactly. Now we're in the era of YouTube boxing, so we can just have our own people.
100%. If bitches like Jake Paul can do it, I can too.
Why not, man? Why not?
Simple as. Again, said if you want to go, you can go, bro. Pick up yourself. And this man right here is your go-to guy. He is the general manager. In Madrid. Handling all our stuff. On the ground, he is the person behind the mic, interviewing people. So big up, Sid, big up all the hard work. Hopefully more to come. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, finger crossed. 4 games in November.
Yeah, and I hope you have a good weekend, and I hope you also play safe. Yeah,
I think my weekend is made already thanks to one man. Carlo
Simple as.
Ancelotti is what I meant, Farouk. No, Jude Bellingham. So, you guys continue the conversation.
In a bit, bro.
Again, yes, great Clasico and Hala Madrid.
Hala Madrid. Much love, sir. But yeah, we are like 45 minutes into the biggest post-match yet in this season. Smash the likes if you haven't already. People, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. We are on the road to 2K. Big up every single one of you in the chat. Let me read a few of the comments before we get into breaking down a bit of the game. Dennis the Great was in the chat. He was saying, Ala Madrid, he might be our messiah. 100%. I've never felt like that about a player. Cristiano, before I started watching a team in Cristiano's first season, right? And I already knew he was a world beater. So there wasn't this kind of an element to it. Even Gareth Bale, like, I watched him at Tottenham for like 3 years and knew what he was all about. But Jude, yes, I did pay some attention to him. I didn't watch him week in, week out. I didn't really know what he was about, apart from, highlights and compilations. But yeah, like what I took away a couple of years ago, that his finishing is great, is coming back to, please me, week in, week out, man. I am over the moon. I can't describe how I'm feeling, to be honest. I even forgot to text Francesco because he texted me before full time. That's that's the thing. Like, I'm just flying right now. But yeah, I need to get back to him as well. Big up Francesco, big up Carlo, big up the entire fucking team, man. Today was impressive. Ashik was saying Jude was a bloody bargain. Dortmund is definitely thinking they lost him for cheap. Well, that's what the whole of Europe is actually saying. He also says, Kama injected that energy, and where does Fede find the burst of energy in 92nd minute? There you go. It's a testament for never giving up. That's what our team is all about, man. Simple as. Where should we start breaking down stuff? Right. So
start with the first half.
Yeah. First thing first, yeah. So I don't know how many of you guys are used to seeing, very well-known figures like Ter Stegen has been with Barcelona for like 8 years. So he's not exactly a new commodity. But him being with the armband and speaking to the refs pre-match, I just fought it off. I just felt like, oh yeah, that's a win for us, at least on that level. They don't have a captain like they used to, a Puyol where I used to shit my pants, or a clown in PK who is still intimidating being a clown, big up PK. But yeah, Ter Stegen is a step down, in my opinion. That's my first thought. I literally wrote it down. Like, I just felt weird seeing that. But
Would you feel
the goal.
Would you feel uncomfortable if
go on.
Araujo was the captain?
Araujo still has some gravitas, to him. Ter Stegen, I don't know, is too quiet. Maybe I haven't seen him in his, rage fit enough. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's talk about the goal, man. Like, up until the goal, the general play, the general quality of play in a fucking El Clasico in 2023 looked way off the pace, right? Like, we just couldn't relate to the stuff we grew up watching. But still, Barca looked the more brighter of the two teams, and they deservedly took the lead, albeit with the help of a bit of fortune going their way. I'm going to come to you, Javier, for this. Alaba tries to, slide tackle it into, Rosie, but just doesn't go its way. Tchouaméni pokes the ball, Gundogan gets a rub of the green. But I see Rudiger and Carvajal, it's almost like they saw a naked stripper. They are rooted to the spot. They're like, what should I do? Why do they get into that zone, man? I can't explain this, Javier. We see this week in, week out. What happens in transition to our defenders? Why are they so static?
Because they sometimes forget to play with each other. It's simple as that. The partnership between Militao and Alaba was solid. The partnership between everyone else is not. As simple as that. Rudiger with Alaba sometimes works, sometimes don't. Either of those with Nacho, it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
We need Militao because Militao is the one that provides the stability in the whole defense.
More than Alaba, Javier?
Yeah. Alaba for me is probably at this moment number 4 in the center backs.
Oh, that's bad. So I think after his recent injury struggles, he hasn't really looked the same.
But for me, he's a perfectly good center back. Don't get me wrong. He's not better than Militao. He's not better than Rudiger. And he lacks the energy of Nacho. He's better player than Nacho. Don't get me wrong. But at this moment in their career, I don't think he's like 2-3 levels above Nacho. So for me, it was a surprise that he started today.
Who were you expecting? Who were you expecting to be?
Rudiger and Nacho.
Wow, that's very harsh, man. Come on.
But
yeah, Alaba for me is Mr. Composure. He's the guy who provides stability. But I would agree with Javier. Recently, it hasn't been looking great. It has been shaky.
In the play of the Gundogan goal, I would say it's lack of communication between Carvajal and Alaba, because it was in the middle of the spot. Like if you watch the repetition, even like in a split second, you saw the look between each other. It was already too late. I think it was Alaba for sure, because Carvajal was moving forward, but that split second that it took them to decide who's going to get the ball was the determination for Gundogan to strike. So it's not a mistake by Tchouaméni, because he was trying to.
He tried his best. He tried to intercept the ball, lick the ball, but
Rudiger will go for the ball, so wasn't a Rudiger mistake. It was only between Carvajal and Alaba. And even if they decide like Alaba going to the ball because he touches the ball, like
Yeah.
if he touches harder, probably. But I mean, it was a bad combination of things. Lucky for Barcelona, he was Gundogan, the only player that believed in that play. So
Yeah.
and nothing to do for Kepa. I would love to talk about Kepa a little further, but this
We'll get to it.
goal wasn't a mistake.
Right. Yeah. From that period on, like I'm not gonna bother Farouk and Jacob with their thoughts on the goal. Like we were all disappointed that happened, and we really looked like on the back foot. We couldn't get out. Really couldn't fancy any big chances. There was like a Vinicius attempt to break free. Then he was judo pinned down by, who was it? Ferran Torres. He should have been fucking sent off. You weren't supposed to fucking body slam someone. Yeah, like is he fucking Kurt Angle? Like I don't get it. But it is what it is. Like I wrote it down. Cruz really, like for someone of his experience, doesn't really know what Gavi's about. He's jogging on the ball. Gavi nicks the ball from him. Fermin hits the post. How good is this guy, man? Like I'm not gonna lie. Even from a rival perspective, Fermin Lopez looks like the real deal. He literally looks like Barcelona's Jude Bellingham, man. Like he's really, really good for his age. Then Rudiger trying long ranges like he's fucking Beckenbauer. I don't understand the point behind it, but he just has this. I think there is some leeway from Carlo and his staff, basically telling Tony or Rudy, you can take one pot shot per game. We would let that slide. But yeah, Carvajal again, brilliant game. Was the sole man kind of like knitting our defense together. Like even going forward, this man. I'm truly amazed by his transformation this season. Like it speaks to his character, his determination to prove people wrong. It's amazing, man. Carvajal was really on point tonight. Rudiger, getting skinned by Felix. Was it Felix?
Yeah, Felix.
Or was it someone else? Felix, right? I didn't expect that to happen because
Felix, man.
Yeah, Felix looked good, right? Like I think that's the best he has looked. Like
Against us?
ever.
Probably.
Like he looked like proper threatening. Like every single time he
0 goals and 0 assists in 15 games against us.
Yeah.
No?
that speaks for itself. A few other comments before we move on. Right, Ashik was saying. Yuri was actually saying, Yuri V. Big up Yuri. He was saying, Carlo has zero tactics, individual quality, saved his ass. Yeah, one of Farouk's followers. Farouk's burner account probably.
We have to make a quote actually. Like the Carlo out people actually. We should make a quote. So,
okay. Why do you wanna?
Don't you know how court works? Like when you have a court, like there's only one truth and there's no alternative to that. Even if you're wrong, you never accept that. You're on that other side. So you're just gonna have a court of people who are dedicated. That they have only one goal in life is to see Carlo Ancelotti coach Real Madrid anymore.
It reminds me of Jonestown. If you know Farouk, the pastor. I forgot his name. Who yes, who made like at least 300-400 people drink cyanide and kill themselves. Yeah, Farouk sounds a bit like him, but it's what it is. Hassan was big up Hassan. He was saying, I completely lost my mind when Jude scored the winner. I ran downstairs, done a knee slide and fucked up my knees. I think I've lost my voice as well. 100%, bro. I was going berserk over here. People actually came running to check up on me, but yeah, that's that's understandable. like what Farouk said, I didn't expect Farouk to say that, but Farouk literally said himself that that's the best goal he has seen in like what 1.52 years. Henry was also here. He was saying, "Great show, guys. So glad to have your channel. This Clasico with those amazing goals by Jude is crazy." Thanks for all the love, Henry. That's really humbling stuff from you, man. I'm getting teary-eyed, but yeah, much love, Henry. Ashik was saying, I'm still not getting my Turkish Superliga jersey. It'll happen. I have faith. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. Hostel, you trying to control that ball after all that hard work from Chouameni? I don't know, bro. I don't know.
We can change the agreement, Ashik. The agreement now will be since Sunaid is saying Jude is going to keep scoring a goal a game till the end of the season. If Jude can maintain the ratio of a goal a game, man, you get your jersey.
Goal a game, yeah? He didn't score against Sevilla.
No, I mean, but the point is he has 13 goals in 13 games. Like, it doesn't have to score in every game. But
Okay, fair. Okay, well, there you go, Ashik. Jacob, thanks again, man, for posting some of the quotes. If you have more, just keep posting it so it helps me to reflect upon it as well. Carlo actually apparently was saying, we know Bellingham is not a striker. We expect goals from the forwards, Vinicius and Rodrigo. Poor Rodrigo. That's the last thing he wanted to hear to end this weekend. Ancelotti also said Bellingham is making the difference. Ballon d'Or, I don't know in what position he'll finish. I didn't even know there is the ceremony on Monday. I don't really care. Yeah, well, he would have cared if he won the Champions League and he was nominated. But yeah,
Bro,
we would
is
leave it
Messi
at that.
going to win it again? Is that true?
He is. We all knew it. The whole reason
I
why
did not
my
know that.
entire fucking month. Oh, how did you know that? That's how the world works. Jacob, you're naive if you didn't.
Come on, bro. Like, what do you think was going to happen, man? Even if you win the
simple
festival or
as-
whatever, Messi won the World Cup, man.
The only way Messi was gonna have a close fight, I still believe he would still win.
You guys think it
is-
wasn't even close? Like, wow.
No. It wouldn't
Bro,
be close.
he won in fucking December, man.
Let me finish. Let me land. Yeah. The only way I felt last December that Messi would have strong competition was through Benzema and us winning La Liga and Champions League together to compete with Messi's World Cup. But
Bro,
there you go.
I doubt that, man. I think
Even that won't help, yeah.
I think even if Mbappe had won the treble with everything, because at least he was at the World Cup, even that would not have helped. Because
Yes.
it is what it is. But like that was Messi's World Cup, and they won it, and people are more sympathetic towards Messi's cause. That's just the thing, So it's always a very, very difficult, challenge for whoever it is. But then I want to ask you guys a question, like maybe except for Sunaid, don't answer this because your answer is going to be biased. Like, what's up with Rodrigo, guys? Like, do you guys think it's something mental, or is it like, I don't know, like this formation is hindering? Because honestly, I don't know what he's doing.
I don't think he knows what he's
you
doing.
guys can give maybe you guys can give some perspective. I don't know, maybe Javier, because we haven't heard from him in a while. I don't know. What do you think is up with Rodrigo?
He's mentally blocked. He's somehow lost himself, Like I said, it's not a new position. He used to play in the right. He swapped from time to time with Bini. But it seems lost. He seems like lack of confidence. He seems like he knows that he's make it or break it season, Because if the rumors are still around and it's still true that might be the time for Mbappe 2024, he know that Bean is not on the, on the door. Obviously, it's not gonna be Jude. So
Not Fede at this rate.
But even if Fede is out, it's not the same position. Rodrigo, for the first time in his career, he's afraid of losing his spot. But not only in the start 11, he's plays at Real Madrid. So because there are still rumors of, might bring Kubo back, what happened with Brahim, and so Rodrigo knows that if Mbappe comes, he's
Position.
probably his career Real Madrid will end.
Mhm.
So that with like new
That
position.
with added responsibility of Karim Benzema leaving
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
huge problem for Rodrigo.
Like
Um,
there's
mm,
he's packing up so many things,
yeah.
and he has the confidence of the coach. That is
Mm,
the most important thing. But
mm,
the confidence with Carleto would last only until June. If
yeah.
this
When
continues,
because Carlo is going to be gone after that, you mean, right?
probably, probably,
I'm just messing with you, man.
I don't know. I mean, I will change Carleto even if we win La Liga. If we win Champions League, no way. But if we win La
There
Liga,
you go. There you go.
I will
There
I
you
will
go.
bring Xabi Alonso.
Xavi, yeah. Well,
I would say
well,
even no
let's
matter what, but winning the Champions League, you cannot ask a coach to leave after winning the Champions League.
simple as. I really hope he does. He has all of you guys by your balls, man. Accept it, Farouk. But it is what it is. Big up Danielson. He was saying, big up guys, always enjoy your content, mates. Big up Danielson. Thank you for all the love, man. Thank you for showing up every single fucking day. You guys make the show. Simple as. Ricardo was saying, thank you. Finally, somebody called out Alaba. He's an intelligent footballer, but he is not better than Nacho pound for pound as a pure defender. Oh, God.
We
Well,
needed
come on,
someone
like, I mean,
intelligent today.
let's,
We needed someone intelligent
yeah,
more than
I
like a
mean,
pure defender.
okay, but the question I will pose now is that, like, Alaba has been injured for a while as well, man. The man hasn't played. He just literally came back. We've played 13 games. Like, where is all these deductions coming from? This is what I'm wondering.
Bro,
Like, it's
I
not like
think
it's
I think it's been
the
a long time coming,
40th
right?
game of the season.
Because this isn't the Alaba that we saw in the first season that he arrived. There he had like an immediate impact. He was basically a playmaker, our best defender, all rolled into one. But since then, he's been had a few injuries. Rudiger has kind of come into the starting lineup as well, and we've just been leaking goals. And a lot of those goals have been mistakes from Alaba because he's not that great in the air or he misses us something.
He's very bad in the air. Like that was glaring from the first season itself. Like even before he set foot in Spain, we knew that. But what Sid is saying makes perfect sense. He was saying Alaba is suffering from post-injury setbacks. I think the stop-start rhythm isn't really helping him. It's not giving him enough time to settle in. And even when he comes back, the coach is kind of concerned, oh, we shouldn't play more than 60. So all that eats up into your psyche. But Javier was going to say something or something?
No, I
Okay.
like you said earlier, just
Mm,
it's the moment,
mm,
I think Alaba has the potential to be the best center back in our team. Well, until Militao is back in the team as well, but he has the potential to be better with the ball for sure than Rudiger. I don't think he has the potential to defend better than Rudiger, but being like Farouk said,
yeah.
we need the best player. There are few
Mm.
spots that Nacho is better than Alaba. I was talking about this particular moment in time. For
Yeah.
me, it's a better moment for Nacho. As simple as that. If the Clasico was all rested and all fixed, we didn't have this conversation because it will be Militao and Rudiger, our partnership.
Well, there you go. I hope that kind of breaks new ground on what we feel about Alaba, because it's all circumstantial, like what Javier said. Moving on, I would like to bring up some of the other instances, that unfolded towards the game. Firstly, I would like to pick your brain, Farouk. Vinicius getting into a feud with Xavi for no reason. It wasn't exactly a feud, but still unnecessary. Getting into all those side distractions. We have touched upon this countless times, right? It really, really pegs us back. It hinders our fluidity. Like when he is off his game, when his mind is distracted, we suffer. Why do you think that happens, man? Every single time.
Yeah, I mean, I think firstly I'm gonna say about the thing which I know the series of events you're talking about, but I think the one with Xavi actually I have no issue with that because Xavi was talking to him like it was Xavi who
Yeah.
basically started like you're flopping and shit like that, like what's your business, like it's the referee to decide who is flopping or who is not flopping. But away from that, you're totally right, man. Like we've touched upon this a lot of time, like even today you could see like at certain points in time when he lost the ball like through a tackle or something like that, he just froze and stopped playing, and was like he needs to get a foul and something like that. So that's the thing,
Yeah.
like Vini still has
He literally, like, Farouk, like, why does he, when he is sometimes manhandled not too greatly, he literally stops and looks at the ref. So who's going to track the runner, right? Who's
Exactly.
tracking the runner?
This is what I was gonna say. Like it's a sign of respect because the greatest players are the ones who get kicked. Who are the most foul players in the EPL? It was Hazard before. Now it's Salah. And, those are the people that even in La Liga as well. Ronaldo and Messi were kicked left, right, middle, center. So this is a sign of respect from your opponent. So Vinicius needs to learn to understand that you play to the whistle. I don't know if it's about the issue of maturity or lack thereof because you can see the way he handles.
He's fucking 23.
No, I mean
On
it's not that,
maturity.
but you see the way he handles the racism thing. You can see that actually this is someone who is actually highly intellectual as well. But you see the way he does stuff on the football pitch. I think maybe some things are getting to his head, and he's trying to think that he's Jesus and he can walk on water. But I believe the way you can see Carlo is trying to pull him out of all the situations and things like this. I think maybe with time it will get a bit easier, and also frustration of also. I don't know if it's true or not, but like you see everyone is right now just chanting about Jude and everyone has forgotten about every other person in the team. That also kind of, whether you like it or not, like builds an unconscious kind of stuff in your mind, as also you kind of feel like you want to try too hard to get to something, and because of this you lose focus of the bigger picture. But one thing for sure is that Vini needs to learn to understand stuff better. Honestly, he needs to learn to keep his tempers in check because getting kicked is just starting. And like, I mean, this is someone that we hope one day is going to win the Ballon d'Or. So he needs to know that he's going to get kicked left, right, center, whatever it is.
He hasn't really exactly reached his pinnacle yet. And he should well and truly know once he hits that mark, if he wins a Ballon d'Or or something similar to that, something similar, like a FIFA men's best attack or some shit, like he's going to get even more heat. It just comes with the territory. Like, honestly, I was losing my mind, but it is what it is. Like when I tell it to my friends, they blame me for being inconsiderate. Oh, he's getting bullied left, right, and center. I tell them, man, this is not fucking school. This is a grown man's game.
And he's not the first person. That's the thing, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
He's not the first person that this happened to. And actually, when you mentioned about, he hasn't hit the ceiling yet, I feel like this is one of the things that's actually holding Vini back because that's, I think for now, this is the thing that you can criticize the most. If he removes all this childishness and, stupidity out of his game and actually focuses on the game, I think he's going to be basically unstoppable, honestly.
We all saw that a few games that Jude, 3 years younger, is the one that trying to calm Beanie down.
Yeah, that's insane. He putting a hand on his shoulder.
Yeah. It's not about age. The leadership it doesn't matter. And I just read that once again the authorities report racist insults towards Beanie.
Yeah.
Once again, and they threw a banana. So it's the same. It's the same bullshit week in, week out. Like
people don't.
He's the most. Like I don't know what the word to describe Beanie. Like he's the center of the
targets.
Yeah, the target. But every 15 days, no matter when we play, he's targeted. And especially today, I will expect like the animosity that it's in the air between Barca and Madrid. I'm glad that we don't have like your Ramos, your Busquets, your Piques, your even Cristiano, because this would be very bad, a few seasons ago. Because the animosity is terrible. And now Beanie once again put himself in that spot.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
Not in terms of race of chance, but in the terms of being the center of the critics of Barca fans, because once again he didn't play anything special. He was
Below average. Below
yeah,
average.
like I said, more interested in fighting between Araujo or Gavi or you name it, even Xavi,
Yeah.
So
It's funny.
as,
It's funny,
as soon
Javier.
as he understands that, like Farouk
Yeah.
said, is the only thing that it's keeping him from being a world class every single weekend, because he's a
It's still world
world-class player.
class. But yeah, like hitting Cristiano, it's
The
not
mark of
possible to hit Cristiano.
Cristiano or
Yeah.
Messi or whatever you name it,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
Haaland, your De Bruyne, is the fact that probably they will have a bad game here and there, but the consistency of
Yeah.
not below an 8, not below a 7,
Yeah.
is the thing that makes a player great,
Yeah. It's concerning, man. Like, I'll be honest, if you put a gun to my head and ask me, like, before the season, like, who do you think is gonna be, the player of the season? For me, it was Vinny. It was Vinny, every single fucking time. But how things are unfolding at this moment in time, he looks way off. Whether it be the injuries, whether it be him digging his own grave. When all these things actually started kicking off last season, I used to tell people he needs to mature up. He needs to really, really mature up and channel his energy into something positive and helping his team out, speaking with his feet, like what Steve McManaman was mentioning, on the commentary. Speak with your fucking feet. And people used to blame me. Oh, you're being inconsiderate. Like, why are you being like this in 2023? Are you on the racist side? You're basically being an enabler. How the fuck am I being an enabler in expecting my talisman or my core talisman to, grow a pair and actually man up? It's as simple as.
We talked about
Go on,
this
Javier.
a few months ago, I think, you and I, because the fact that is not wrong to provoke the other team. It's not wrong
It's
to provoke the
dark
fans,
arts.
but
It's
like
going to be present in every fucking sport.
But if we tend to remember the last player that provoked that much, it was Cristiano. But once again, Cristiano provoked after scoring.
Yeah. Simple as.
After we destroy the other team.
Yeah.
Then he said, like, okay, what are you chanting Messi?
Even Jude does the same, right? Jude does the same. His celebrations comes after he does the speaking on the pitch. Come on, Javier.
It's the timing, the timing is what's wrong with being at this moment. Like, I'm glad that he provokes. I'm enjoying myself every time he is making an enemy from the grave.
Yeah.
But if that goes in detriment of the game, like today, like a few meaningless tackles and plays that he was like standing still and have to came Toni Kroos or Tchouaméni to provide assist for Fernand Mendy. I was like, I'm so mad at you because you're
simple as
you're putting yourself first and then the team.
Yeah, that's not the right mentality. I'm pretty sure
in the game, but not the whole game.
I'm pretty sure, like subtle gestures of, like unsaid words like that, like what you said, it frustrated you behind a fucking TV screen. Imagine being in Kroos's position. Last season, he came out and said that he needs to mature up. He needs to not let these things get to him. Because he notices this. He's 35? He has 10, 15 more, Christmases and New Year's than Vinicius. He knows what's the world about, right? Yeah, I'm not going to waste my energy. He like let me keep it at this, right? If Vinicius doesn't sort these kind of nagging issues out, it's going to eat into his character, eat into his aura, eat into his ability to leave a mark. He has a number 7 on the back, best believe, you gotta live up to it in terms of results, in terms of output. Nobody's gonna big you up if this season goes the wrong way. Especially with Rodrigo's struggles as well. It's not looking good. Not gonna lie. A couple of the other instances, Inigo Martinez, hits the post. Thankfully, I think Rudiger, had a vital deflection on it. I didn't expect Inigo Martinez to have such a good game. He was brilliant. Like I never thought he would be even starting today, but he did. Then Kepa actually saves from the rebound from Araujo. Jacob, I wanna since we're on Kepa, I wanna ask your thoughts about Kepa, right? Had a couple of good saves, couldn't do much about the goal. But if you remember, towards the end, was it after we took the lead or before we took the lead? It was before, definitely before, right? We took the lead. He tried passing it out of the back or something.
To Carvajal,
Gave
and
it
then,
straight to.
someone intercepted almost.
Yeah.
I mean, that was happening throughout the game, and like even in the first half, like all of his passes were like straight to Barcelona. None of them made it to our fan, and this is what I've come to expect from him. But then he made himself big on many occasions. Had not just like a easy saves, like he actually stood out, made good saves. Even for the Inigo Martinez header, he stretched himself so much. I'm pretty sure he would have gotten to it even if it hadn't hit the post.
So you're content, with his performances so far, even though his distribution is lacking.
Man, he's our best keeper available, so I'm going to stick with him.
Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Fair. Mendy injury, frustrating, super fucking frustrating. I was expecting he would get he had a slight discomfort. That's why he was pulled off. Remember, because Kamavinga wasn't a tactical substitution; it was out of necessity.
And then we're
because of
saying
Mendy's.
it was a masterclass by Carlo Ancelotti.
No, in the sense, no. The reason, okay, relax, right? Kamavinga was benched in the first place to be an impact from the bench. So he deserves credit. Wake the fuck up, Jacob, I hope you're not on edibles even today, but I didn't expect this from you. Right. So those were my thoughts, man. Like, especially when I saw Mendy coming off and Kamavinga getting in, and us struggling, right? This was what I wrote. Xavi is outclassing Carlo play by play. That's what I felt, play by play. His whole reason for starting Araujo, all of a sudden, we knew that was going to be the template. But coming into the season, how Cancelo has grown into his role and, started dictating plays from right back, especially I, believed that, Cancelo is going to keep his place. Araujo would be centre back. But his whole twist of actually, deploying Araujo and Cancelo on the same side really helped them progress the ball on the pitch so much more better. Cancelo was always a live wire, always a threat from deep, even from in and around the box. Like he was, constantly trying to pick his man, attempt a shot. So up until then, I felt like it was all going, Xavi's way. But then the subs, in my opinion, the subs changed the game, man. I'm not gonna lie. Kamavinga comes on. Chouameni has the impetus to strike a good long shot from range. Ter Stegen makes a good save. Then comes the Jude goal. 13 games, 13 goals. So after that goal, I don't know what happens. Maybe it's a psychological blow. The entire stadium, falls dead fucking silent. We have a 10-minute period of absolute fucking control where Barcelona look like they don't know what to do. They don't know how to contain us. Probably it would be a reason it would be due to guys like Lewandowski and Rafinha coming on. Jacob, like, how do you think that kind of played into our favor? Because when they were warming up, I was thinking, yes, this is what we want. They haven't played a single fucking minute for a month. They are being put into the deep end of a Clasico where Barcelona is looking to win. I think that also helped us a long way.
Definitely. So before those guys came on, Rafinha and Lewandowski, We were absolutely pausing the game. I feel like fatigue had a lot to do with it. Gavi and Fermin, they weren't getting to those 50-50s anymore. We were winning the ball a lot more, and once we are able to do that, it was really easy going to Barca's final third. It's just the last pass or whatever that we were missing, the dynamism in the final third. But up until that, I was really happy. And then when those guys came on, noticed that we had a lot more trouble defending them, especially Rafinha was taking up good positions. Lewandowski was really rusty. I feel like he shouldn't have even come on, but Rafinha made a pretty good impact.
I
Rafinha-
didn't understand the substitution for Oriol Romeo for Fermin. It didn't make any sense to me. Because they were already down, I think. No, sorry, we already tied the game.
Yep.
So Fermin was playing.
I think
So,
Fermin just
fantastic.
ran out of energy for Javier. Because
But Oriol Romeo wasn't the the best option because he was already like having a few here and there missing games. So probably forcing another player, or like it seems to me like he wasn't exhausted. He was tired, yeah, but not exhausted. I wouldn't substitute him. Of sure, it was a great result for us because that allows once again to Fede to be more free because you don't have to mark Oriol Romeo.
100%.
Oriol Romeo has to mark you.
Yeah, and the very reason why we scored the second goal is Oriol Romeo basically jogging, slacking, you can call it whatever you want, but he had the duty to actually pick Jude up. But good for us.
All the substitutions between both teams, I think they were somehow correct, except probably Romeo. Was the one that didn't quite understand the game.
let's be honest. Fair play to the lad. He puts up a fight. He's a true fighter, Oriol Romeo. But it's a tad out of his level, out of his depth. The Clasico. Camavinga also Jacob. Yeah, like when he came on, like so many people in the chat were mentioning. He helped us. Progress the ball better. Had better combinations with Vinny. We looked more on the front foot. Couple of times, he tried defending against Cancelo. He was on the floor, wasn't a fan. If you guys remember, those couple of plays.
I can't believe Cancelo could beat Camavinga for pace. Like he's really fast. Did not know that.
Yeah, Cancelo's a wing back, right? Like
I thought Camavinga is can keep up with basically any winger in the world, but then I was wrong.
Camavinga is deceptively quick, but he's in the quickest. He's okay, decent pace. Right, Joselu, brilliant chance on the counter. If you guys remember, I don't know who wins the ball back, and then Joselu has Vinicius beside him. He should just slip. Yeah, Jude wins the ball back, right? Yeah, simple as again and again. And I was so disappointed in Joselu. I was like, I wanted to smash my screen, but we have to expect.
the right idea. It was the right idea.
Yeah.
Just Christensen and Inigo were better defending than he was attacking.
Yeah.
That was the play, that control wasn't that bad.
The pass should have
Joselu sympathizer.
Yeah, I mean the pass was completely wrong, man. Like he should have played it forward, try to get Vinny to run into it rather than just pass to Vinny.
I mean, if you ask me, give me Joselu every single day between Mariano, Luka Jovic. I mean,
okay.
He wasn't the substitute for Benzema, Once again.
That's a valid point. Farouk, you were going to say
more goals than Mariano and Jovic in the past. I don't know.
Bro, he has 5 goals in the leagues, man. Like, come on, like Jovic can even more 5 appearances, not even goals, man.
There is levels to this game. But Farouk, you were going to say something earlier.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say, the thing about at least from my perspective, when it comes to Joselu is that you're not expecting him to come in and bang in the goals, but rather you're expecting him to come in and give you that presence, because the thing is, we can see the subs that happened in the game, and we can see how the game progressed. After a certain subs, like after the 60th minute, when Modric came on, there was Camavinga there, Joselu was there, like there was a difference in the way we approach the game. And this is the thing that we've been saying constantly, when Camavinga plays as a left back and Joselu starts as a striker, like there is a difference to the way we approach games and, the way we take games to opposition. And we can see that, like Joselu is not the best person that, you want to be there. But like one thing for sure is that the team works better with him, like obviously we're going to have frustrating moments with the chances he misses or that he doesn't, understand how to interpret ball. I think like him coming on a saves is
Definitely. One thing, Farouk, that I would like to, tell you is that when Joselu was linked with us, I was like, yeah, he has a good goal scoring record playing for a relegation side where the expectations are fucking rock bottom. I never thought that he would have an impact, right? That was my biggest worry. Would he actually have an impact? And fair play to him, man. By hook or crook, he has definitely had an impact.
Exactly.
Also, Modric, big up Modric. Congratulations, Felisa. That is 500 appearances for club and country. Massive milestone, and what a way to, mark that achievement with a big Clasico win away in Barcelona. He doesn't really still look like, prime Luka, Luka Modric, but still has his tenacity. He has that desire to chase lost causes. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just like when he comes on, I think the players around him has a switch that gets flicked in a good way, and that's the biggest praise I can give Luka, because just as mere presence. Yeah, go on, Jacob.
Luka is 38. He's the oldest player to ever play in a Clasico. At 38, we're not like playing in China or MLS or whatnot. And he didn't look out of place. He had a really good game. The ball just naturally flowed to him at every single moment. He was basically running the game at that point.
And this assist as well wasn't intentional, but go on, Farouk. Go.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's the thing. Right now you can see the team as you guys were mentioning earlier. Fermi is going out and it's Oyo Romeu that's coming in. For us, it's Cruz going out and we can bring in a player like Luka Modric. And I think these are the times where you see the importance. Because the thing is that Cruz and Modric, they worked so well because they're two very, very different players. So that's the thing. When you see you need that. You need that space to run into for Cruz to be able to exploit that long range passes and all that. When that's not working, you can obviously bring a player like Luka Modric's quality, and you can see when he came in, Fede kind of dropped deeper, and Modric and Bellingham were just playing two double free roles and something like that. So it kind of allowed us to take the game to Barcelona, and we kind of pinned them back. We're not looking for Cruz to hit the long ball and change the diagonal and something like that. So I think this is something that we will get to see a lot more this season, the role of Luka Modric, when we go deeper in the Champions League matches, especially when you're away from home, you're going to see a lot of, this kind of switches, honestly. So for this, I think it's a really, really good option to have off of the bench.
100%.
I remember, today he wasn't a bad 10-2 either, man. If you notice, Carvajal and him were combining really well. He was really running into the half space inside that box.
Yep. That's true. That's the thing, his pressure.
Go on.
I was just gonna say he's fresher as well. That's one of the reasons.
Right. Yeah. Well. We have to manage his minutes well, and especially since the fact that he isn't starting every single game. We have to really make sure his physical conditions and the demands of a game match up to when we are actually deploying him. But what I wanted to say is that up until what you guys mentioned, Luka making third man runs into the box, it was just Jude doing that. Remember, and only through those couple of runs that Jude made, we had a couple of half chances. There was an arguable penalty shout. It wasn't a pen. Jude didn't even appeal, but where I think Gavi nicks the ball off him. Was it Gavi? I don't know. Gavi, yeah. Okay. Right. So yeah, stuff like that. Modric actually can play cam, but yeah, he isn't exactly his best version of himself there. But like what Farouk said, I completely agree. Every time we question what role can Kroos and Modric play in a midfield that's so stacked. There you go. Days like today is your perfect answer. Siddharth was saying, Kamavinga. He was also mentioning earlier, I completely missed this. He also has a new centre-back partner in Rudiger, and Eder Militao has been there for 2 years. Yeah, that also doesn't help Alaba, to be fair to him. A constantly changing defense never is really settled. Xavi was saying Bellingham is a great player, but it's true that right now he is in a blessed moment. Look at this. Look at the audacity of this MF. Blessed moment. Is he in the fucking Vatican or something? Huh? Is he getting baptized like tonight? Like, what is Xavi on about? Like, he is the most, characterless, the most...
the shortest loser ever.
Yeah. It's not about being the sore loser. Like, I can understand being sore losers because I am one myself. Klopp is another one. But Xavi, he's just bitter. He just spits poison.
He didn't mention the possible penalty in the first half from I think it was the play Tchouaméni against Araujo in the corner kick or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Where Tchouaméni basically pulls him down, right? Yeah. I mean, I remember that.
I'm glad that he didn't mark that penalty. It was probably the only controversial play in the game. That and the other penalty, that this time in our favor, the tackle from Araujo to Camavinga.
When was that? Was it towards the end, or was it?
Yeah. It was like between the 1-on-1 and prior to the second.
Okay, completely.
Neither of those for me was a penalty.
Yep.
A little bit more the one from Tchouaméni against Araujo, but in a Clasico in that moment, I wouldn't mark it.
For once today, the referee was competent. Hernandez was okay. At least for today.
Was it Hernandez?
Oh, was it Hernandez? Who was it?
It was Gil Manzano.
Oh, Gil Manzano. My bad. Hernandez is the ball guy, right? Is he the ball guy?
Hernandez is the blonde one.
Yeah.
I'm completely maybe mixing stuff up, but yeah. Gil Manzano, I know the guy.
The blonde one actually has stopped ref, and I forgot his name, but the blonde one actually quit ref.
You named the bald one that retires.
Yeah.
Lajos retired.
Yeah, Lajos is retired.
He's the one that probably gonna be the new chairman or something like that in the CTA.
Of refereeing committee, right?
See, I'm not sure because between the Negreira cases and everything, it's like the whole referees are in the tingle,
We were asking Sam the same question, and even he was super uncomfortable with.
I watched that part. He was somehow sketchy to answer that.
Yeah, but at least he was willing to. That just means everything. Because he can actually choose not to answer it. Because
I moved next question or something like that.
Next question, yeah. But he's a football fan just like us. Xavi was also saying the result is not fair. Well, I hope you can afford a couple more pillows to cry into tonight.
I completely agree with him. The result is that we win, yes, but probably we deserve to lose.
Not lose, man. I don't think Barca had that many opportunities to go ahead. They had a lucky goal.
Bro. Two posts, two great saves by Kepa.
I don't think they deserve.
There you go.
Absolutely zero for us in the first 45 minutes.
We didn't do jack shit. We didn't do anything, man.
The fair result will be 2-1 for Barca. But this is not a game by fair. This is a game by a few moments. And we have to embrace them. As simple as that.
This is not a game by fair, right, Xavi? I hope you can find some solace in Javier's poetic words. I'm not gonna lie, I completely relate to it. But Jacob was mentioning this in the chat, and I was telling him, Jacob, they haven't had clear-cut chances, but who do you think looks the more likely to score? It was Barcelona. From minute 1 to at least minute 60, they were the more likely to, add to their advantage. Things were just clicking for them. But fortunately for us, we clawed our way back. Perhaps the biggest result of the season yet. Things just look super rosy for today. Not gonna lie. Any final thoughts, boys? I'll come to you, Farooq, first. Final thoughts?
Yeah, man. I mean, as I mentioned, it was a fantastic game. Let's just let's keep the momentum up and hopefully look to the positives in the game, and at least we hope that Jude can keep scoring and keep doing his shit. Yeah, I mean that's just a thing, man. Like, long may the victory will live.
100%. See some unity in pro and anti Carlo supporters. There's still some bonding, but Jacob, man, talk to me.
For me, in the last 2 years, I've never looked forward to Clasico. I'm actually looking forward to the next Clasico because I know this team has a higher potential. We can play better. And once these guys figure out their roles, especially the forwards, and we somehow figure out our defense, we can potentially be scary. And again, Barca just looked toothless for me personally. They controlled the game. They didn't allow us any chances at all. But for me, they looked toothless in attack. And I just hope this continues and we just go on and improve from this.
100%. I genuinely thought them not having Oriol Romeo is gonna make them really good, and that happened actually. They looked a lot more fluid, even without having his defensive armor on the pitch. They still managed to nullify all that we had. But I still think it's down to Vinicius Junior's immaturity to a large extent. Javier, final thoughts?
This is the Jules world, and we're living on it.
Vamos! Simple as.
I just saw. I don't know if you guys can watch this because it's funny. I just watched on Twitter. Jude posted an image from the iconic Abbey Road.
Oh, yeah, Abbey Road, the series, right?
Yeah, the Abbey Road. I don't know if you guys can watch it, but it's Camavinga himself and Fede.
Camavinga does not belong there. He's the left back.
Yeah, this is iconic.
So who is missing out? Is Fede in there?
Yeah, it's Fede. Fede is.
Kroos is missing.
Toni Kroos is missing.
The old guys are a different bunch, man. Do you think Jude goes home to chill with Kroos and his Toni Kroos Academy? No. No.
He's at that.
Jude.
It's funny because was today the jersey for Barcelona was the Rolling Stones, and the ancient beef between who you rather be, Beatles or the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, Beatles won.
Beatles won once again. Hey Jude.
Hey Jude, 100%, man. For me, big up every single one on the chat. Dennis the Great says Hala Madrid. Big up Dennis. Big up. I can't remember all of the names, but big up Henri for the super chat. We really appreciate your donations. We appreciate all the support that you guys have shown us, over the past couple of years. It's mad. It's truly mad. Even the feedback that you guys sent in on our DMs on Twitter and Instagram, it's really humbling that we can, make a difference. Speak about our beloved club, without being a corporate entity, without being backed by, influencers or celebrities or, all of that shit. We are just fans here to speak with you guys, like we mentioned it on our bio, a podcast made by fans for fans, simple as. For today, incredibly happy, over the moon. I'll be, I said some stuff in the group chat with the boys. I would continue to do it, just keep at it and, rewatch the game a couple of times just to take it all in. It won't be a pretty watch. I know that for a fact. There's gonna be a lot of frustrating moments, but that kick, that rush of blood that hits you when you watch that Jude Bellingham goal again, it's different. It's simply out of this world. Or what this man possesses as a talent. Long may this continue. The ability of this young man to carry all this pressure, all this expectation on his shoulder and deliver. Mbappe who? Mbappe who? Don't forget to follow our partners on Instagram, Real Madrid Committee. They run a brilliant fan page. Also, big up all of our audio listeners as well. We are under 70 from hitting 1K on Spotify. So if you haven't followed us on Spotify yet, don't forget to smash the follow button. Same applies for Apple Music, Amazon Music, all of that stuff. Show as much love as you can. Also, show some love.
Sorry.
Who was that? Javi. Right.
Sorry.
So good. Show some love to our content from Madrid as well. Big up Sid, big up Nahum, big up what was the other guy's name? I literally forgot the other cameraman's name, but yes, Samad Sheikh, Nahum, and Sid, big up our team in Madrid as well, for the incredible hustle. Keep your eyes peeled out. A lot more interesting stuff coming out in the next couple of months, especially with the Supercopa España as well, or on the horizon. Yeah, man, things are looking great. I just hope we build on this and iron out. My only wish for New Year would be Rodrigo hitting back into prime form and taking some attention, some spotlight of Jude. Rodrigo and Vinicius should really help Jude relax a bit. It's about time. But yeah, until next time, people. Ala Madrid.
Ala Madrid.
Fala Madrid.